Hi, I'm back. This is the second video for May 20th, 2020. Okay, Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. Okay, on the first video, I ran out of time, so I'm gonna just finish up that part in the beginning of this video. Okay, so infinitives is to plus base, right? All right, look at the sentence. I want to travel. I want to travel. How do you make this? Is a positive sentence, right? How do you make it negative? How do you make it negative? Okay. You could say, I want not to travel. Okay, that's okay. But the better way for this one is just make the one negative. Okay, I do not want to travel. Okay, so when the infinitive is being used as a direct object, just change the main part of this sentence. Okay, now if it was something like to travel. To travel is my dream, right? I said to travel is my dream. Okay. Now, when it's being used as a subject, you want to put a not in before the to. Okay. Okay. So you say, not to travel is my dream. Okay. So obviously you want to change the meaning as well because you don't. That's not your dream. Okay. Not to travel is a tragedy. Okay, something like that. Tragedy. Okay, it's something terrible. Okay, something really bad. Okay, not to travel is a tragedy. Okay, so to make it negative, put the not in front of the subject infinitive. Okay, if you want to say a tragedy is to travel. Okay, for subject complement, you want to put it here as well. Okay, a tragedy is not to travel. A tragedy is not to travel. Okay, so put the not there to make it negative. Okay, now there's a thing called split infinitive. Okay, which is not a good thing. Okay, now some people say split infinitive is okay in certain cases. In fact, it might actually be better. But in general, okay, just know that as ESL students, you don't want a split infinitive. What does that mean? That means you put a word or phrases in between to and the base, okay? For example, I want to not travel, okay? That is a split infinitive, okay? Split infinitive, okay? And, there are some exceptions, but just in general, just remember, this is no good. It's not good grammar, okay? This is no good, okay? You don't want to say, I want to not travel, okay? Or something like, if you say, I want to really travel, okay? This is another split infinitive, okay? You put the really between the two infinitive words, okay? So this is no good, okay? These are split infinitive, okay? So try to avoid putting words, okay, in between infinitive forms, okay? All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about in the last video. So let's move on to this video's topic, okay? In this video's topic, we're gonna go to page I think it's 69, I believe. I think it's 69. Yes, it is. Okay. So page 69 in the student's book, the color book. Okay. Page 69. Okay. We're gonna talk about what? We'll talk about verbs and infinitives and gerunds. Okay. Verbs and infinitives and verbs and gerunds. Okay. So we're on page 69 right there. All right. So that's the page we're on. Okay, we're not gonna do a whole lot in unit 5. Okay, because I already covered that in the previous videos about already and yet. But so we're gonna just talk about infinitives and gerunds. Okay, and gerunds. Okay, verbs plus infinitives and gerunds. Okay, all right. So let's say okay. So let's do a little review. Okay, infinitives what? Is to plus base, right? And gerund is what? Gerund is base plus ing, right? Okay. So Infinitives can be used as nouns, adjectives, and adverbs, right? Gerunds only nouns. Okay, gerunds always nouns. Okay, remember that in the other previous videos. Okay, so this is the basic information. Now today we want to talk about how they're used with the verb. Okay, so if I said I like to eat, I like eating. Okay, that one's an infinitive and that's a gerund, right? Okay, so subject verb. This is subject verb. This is the infinitive and this is the gerund, right? All right. I like to eat. I like eating. I got two sentences. Are they both good or one of them is good and the other one isn't? What do you think? I like to eat. I like eating. They're both good, right? They're both good, okay? So with I like, you can use infinitive and you can use gerund, okay? Both good. But what if I said I want? If I say I want to eat, I want eating. Okay? So I changed the verb this time. I want to eat, I want eating. How does that sound to you now? Are they both good or no good? All right, so I want to eat sounds good, but I want eating? I want eating? No good, right? That doesn't sound good, okay? It doesn't sound good, okay? So with the verb want, you want to use infinitives only, okay? You don't want to use gerunds, okay? All right, let me give you one more. How about the word enjoy? If I say I enjoy to eat, I enjoy eating. Okay? I enjoy to eat, I enjoy eating. Okay, what do you think about this? Do they both sound good or one of them sound good and the one of them doesn't? Okay, if so, which one? Which one sounds good? Okay, I enjoy to eat. That doesn't sound good, right? I enjoy to eat, no good. How about I enjoy eating? I enjoy eating. That sounds good. Okay? So, verb like, you can use both. Okay? This is both. Okay? Both. Word want, only the infinitive, right? And not the gerund. And then, word enjoy, what? Not infinitive, but gerund. Okay? So it depends on the verb. Depends on the verb. Sometimes you can use as direct object. These are all nouns here. Okay, you can use both, or only infinitives, or only gerund. It depends on the verbs. Okay, it's like irregular verb. Okay, irregular verb. There's no logic. There's no there's no formula. You just have to become fluent. Okay. You just have to become fluent. When you become fluent, it'll sound bad. Now, there are some verbs that's kind of confusing, okay? I mean, you could go either way, but some people say no, yes, whatever. But most verbs, it sounds really bad one way or the other unless they're both, okay? So just like irregular verbs, you just have to memorize everything, okay? Until you become fluent, then you can feel it. It just doesn't sound right. It just doesn't roll off the tongue, smoothly. Okay, so that's the main thing. Okay, so you just have to. If you look at the book, there's a short list here. There's a short list. Okay, this is infinitives only, gerunds only, and this is both. Okay, so these words are for infinitives only is decide, need, refuse, intend, plan, want. Okay, these verbs use only infinitives. And then the next ones, avoid, enjoy, miss, dislike, finish, suggest. These verbs only use gerunds. And then the last ones use both, okay? Continue, like, start, hate, prefer, okay? And these verbs use both infinitives and gerunds, okay? Now, this is just a little sample of them. If you go to the internet and just, search for infinitives or gerunds, question mark, whatever, you'll see a whole list. And then go to the image, click on image, images, and then you'll see whole bunch of like lists of the verbs by category: infinitives only, gerunds only, and both. Okay, so you can get a long list of all these verbs that so that you'll know. Until you get fluent, you just have to memorize. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's see here. There's some special situations. Okay, again, this I do a lot of things that's not in the book, and I wanted to kind of mention this. Okay, so there's some words that's a little bit I don't know if you want to say irregular. I don't maybe the best word is special. Okay, if I say the word is stop. Okay, if I say he he stopped he stopped to smoke, and he stopped smoking. Okay, so this one is infinitive and this is gerund, right? This is infinitive and gerund. Okay, he stopped to smoke, he stopped smoking. Okay, they're both good sentences. Okay, the verb stop is special though. What do you think is special about the verb stopped here? The verb stop. What's the special thing about that? Okay. All right. In the previous examples, okay, you could use both or just infinitive or just gerund, but we're not talking about the changes in meaning, right? They're saying meaning, but it just doesn't sound right? But with stopped, they both sound good. Okay, they're both good. Okay, grammar and meaning and everything. Okay, they're both good, except when you use infinitive and when you use a gerund, it's totally different meanings. Okay, they're different meanings. Okay, and that's the difficult thing about English, but at the same time, it's kind of interesting. All right, so let's talk about gerund first. He stopped smoking. What does that mean? Okay, this guy smokes. Okay, he smokes. Okay, he smokes. But one day I want to quit. I want to quit smoking. Okay, I've been smoking for 20 years. Now I want to quit. I want to improve my health. So that's what this means. He stopped smoking. He said, okay, forget it. Okay, he stopped smoking. Okay, he stopped smoking. Okay, so this means he quit, right? It means he quit. Okay, or he was smoking and then he stopped. Okay, even if it's just one time. Okay, so he stopped smoking. All right, how about here? How about here? He stopped to smoke. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, that doesn't mean he's quitting. Okay, that means what? Let's say he was driving, for example, and then he wanted to smoke. Okay, but there people in the car, and he didn't want to bother people in the car. So he stopped the car, got out, and he started smoking outside. Okay, so he stopped. Why? To smoke. Okay, so so he stops first. Stops first, then okay, and smoke. Okay, smokes. Okay, we can make this past. He stopped first, and then he smoked. Okay, you see how that works? He stopped smoking. He stopped to smoke. Okay, so depending on whether you use a infinitive or gerund, the meaning of the sentence totally changes. Okay, so some verbs are very special. Okay, so remember that. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me give you one more example. One more example of special verb. Okay. Okay. Let's say I remember. Okay. I remembered to turn off the lights. Okay, I remember to turn off the lights. And the second one is I remembered turning off the lights right, so you have two sentences. I remembered to turn off the lights. I remember turning off the lights. Okay, so this one is the infinitive. Okay, this is the infinitive, obviously, and this is the gerund. Okay, so okay, the verb remember is special, just like the verb stop. Okay, so remembered is special. Okay, so read the sentences. I remember to turn off the lights. I remember turning off the lights. Okay, so they're both good. They both sound good. Okay, they both sound good, and no problem with grammar. Everything's good. But again, just like the last sentence, these two sentences have totally different meanings depending on whether you use the infinitive or the gerund. Okay, so what's the difference in meanings? I remember to turn off the lights. Okay, so that means what? Okay, let's say you left your house. Okay, and somebody asked you, did you turn off the lights? And you said, yes, I remember. So you remember first. Okay, you remember first, and then what you? Yeah, I remember. So I remembered. So I turned them off. Okay, so then turned off, right? Oops, let me spell that correctly. Okay. Okay, remember first, then turned off. Okay, so I remembered, oh yeah, I gotta turn it off. And then left the house, right? That's what that means. How about the second one? I remembered turning off the lights. I remember turning off the lights. Okay, is it the same or different? Okay, you gotta think a little bit. Okay, this is not your first language, so it might be a little bit confusing. But what do you think this means? I remember turning off the lights. I remember turning off the lights. Okay, this one, you turned off the lights, right? Turned off, okay? You turned off, obviously. Turned off first, okay? You turned off first, okay? Okay, let me make that past tense, okay? You turned off first, okay? You turned off first, okay? And then when you leave house, whatever, you turn off the light and you come out. And then what? Somebody asks you, did you turn off the lights? And you say, and then you remember, right, for the first time. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I turned off the lights. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay, you remember, then you remember. Okay, then remember. Okay, all right. So I remember to turn off the lights is you remember first and then turned off. Okay, yeah, I remember to turn it off. Okay, but this one is what? Yeah. I turned it off, and then later you remember doing that. Okay, so when you use, it's a little confusing, right? But read it slowly. Okay, you can freeze or pause the video and just look at it. I remember to turn off the lights. That was you remember first, and then you turned it off. I remember turning off the lights means what? You turned it off and you didn't think about it, but later you remembered. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, this is just for fun. Just to let you know that English can be very challenging, but also interesting. Okay, because that's how languages are, right? I'm sure you can. You can find stuff like this in your own language. I'm sure you can't think of it at this moment, but I'm sure something like that exists in every language. Okay, all right. So let's see. I don't have enough time again. All right. So just remember, if you have any questions, just email me schoi413@gmail.com. Okay, or you can leave comments below the video that you're watching right now, and just write a comment or write a question. I've noticed I made a lot of mistakes in my other videos as well. I made a lot of spelling mistakes. Okay, you can correct that for me as well, or any other mistakes you see, or if you have questions on anything, just let me know. Okay, all right. I'm gonna come back and do some exercises in the book. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay. All right. See you very soon. Okay. Bye bye.